girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the show. It's the Brent Hazzard Revenge Tour. This show ain't gonna be nice. If you want polite conversation, you don't need to tune in for this one.
Wow.
Because we gonna air some dirty laundry tonight. As always, I got my partner in crime, Malcolm Johnson. Malcolm.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. It's cold on the outside and it's warm on the inside. Jackson State won again. I'm looking forward to kicking Alcorn in the head and then coming back to Jackson on December 3rd for the SWAC championship game. So I'm feeling good, brother.
Well, good to hear. And joining again is someone I've got a bone to pick, Socrates Garrett.
Good to be on the show, Brent. Always appreciate the invite. Even though it came about 2 seconds before the show began.
First of all,
I'm glad to be here.
That's a lie, because you've been blowing up my phone, and I told you, or we had a plan, you were going to be here to do social media. But do you want to tell the story, or do you want me?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll tell the story then, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Garrett, how long has this podcast studio been open?
About 3 years.
Okay. I had an issue with WNPR. We've been over that, but we're cool at WNPR right now, so we won't rehash old things. So, being the #1 show on WNPR and the #1 show on Super Talk, I said, I'm taking the show on the road. And my mistake was how dumb our state is when it comes to social media. So I bought 3 cameras that filming us right now, bought this TV, bought these mics, and I said, I'm going to do a podcast. First one had 1,000 views on YouTube. I'm like, baby, go ahead. LA, I'm coming. then I peaked out about 700, whatever. But I made a mistake that we don't use YouTube. We don't use Twitter. We are dumb social media wise in the state, including me. I don't use Twitter. I look at articles. So I started looking, and I hate looking at myself. I hate hearing myself. I mean, one of the advantages, Malcolm, that Socrates has in front of me, being a narcissist, you love looking at yourself. You love talking about Socrates Garrett. But anyway, so our firm started doing social media, and they started making me take pictures and stuff, and I'd rather never hear myself or see myself till I die. And let me go ahead and say this. This is fat, ugly Brent, and I mean, I'm a good-looking man. Let me go ahead and get that out there now. I know how I'm perceived, but on the other hand, I can't stand the look of my face or myself. So I started messing with TikTok. Now, Swartz and I have these wars about social media. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, Richie thinks the greatest filmmaker of all time is Charlie Chaplin.
Wow.
Exactly. And he thinks, Swartz might be on the spectrum. And I might be too. So we go back and forth on what we need to do on social media. I'm like, no, I'm not doing all that crazy ass stuff you're doing. So I do a couple myself. First one I put out there, 10,000 views. Woo, baby boy. Mm-hmm. Second one I put out there, 12,000. Was it likes or views? I think it's views. I'll go ahead and check. Third one I put out there, 18,000. The problem is, if you guys are not in social media, and this is where we're at a crossroads, and this is what we're going to talk about the audience. I love you guys for tuning in. You've been very loyal, but we've kind of hit a level with social media in this platform. And I'm going to get into that a little bit. It's going to involve everybody here, but we want to take you guys on the journey with us. So while I was doing all this social media, I was looking for a home. I called up Bishop Crudup, and I said, I didn't have the space to do a podcast studio 100%, and I was having to break things down and move things. So I called up Crudup, and I said, Bishop, I'm about to build you a podcast studio. And he said, why are you going to build it here? Socrates Garrett's got one going on. So I came over here, helped Socrates. He had these small cameras in the corner over here, and he was getting screwed over by some people. I won't say their names, but charging him a fortune. Thank you. So anyway, we started working. Socrates and I hit it off. We started having some interesting conversations. I may or may not have a gentleman who's in jail as a co-host at one time. It's been an interesting run. So anyway, the problem with social media, and Malcolm, you're on Facebook hard.
Yeah, Facebook.
But you don't do Instagram, you don't do TikTok.
I do Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, a little Instagram.
What's the most views you got? Because, I mean, you're a local celebrity, and I'm not saying that because you're here. You got full, and I've been very impressed who Malcolm brought on the studio. What's the most views you got?
Probably
500,
yeah,
5,000?
500.
And that's, I mean, look, we're averaging about 250 here.
Yeah, 300.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Don't try to take no numbers. Don't try to take no numbers, bro.
No, that's a good number. I do one going to the Fifth Circuit where I'm trying to incorporate the practice of law, but you can't talk about clients and things like that. I do one to the Fifth Circuit. Buy a Walmart podcast setup for $50. 42,000 views. Part 1, redneck going to the second highest court in the land. But you gotta, if you guys, everybody listening to this, download TikTok, because this is where the show's going. This is where Socrates is going. We're going to start using this TV. We're going to start using video. And if I got to choke people to make edits for us, I'm going to start choking people in living bodies on the side of the road. Y'all going to start calling me 13, because if y'all don't know about the Mexican Mafia, when number 13, you see the body stack, the Mexican Mafia is in the house. With all that said, I've been begging an old man, we don't need to be on Apple TV. We don't need to be on iTunes. We don't need to be on Roku. We need to be on TikTok and Instagram. And this sorry sack of garbage beside me, who doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We got to have a strategy. We got to do all this stuff. And I'm like, whatever. Last week, I said, oh man, I'm so sick of us not being on TikTok. Grabbed this phone, took a 3-minute video of this stupid son of a gun right here, and I'm cleaning that up. I posted it, no real editing, and he was like, whatever, this ain't gonna work. Couldn't even figure out how to get on TikTok. Socrates, as we sit here right now, how many views does that video have?
105,000. It's because of the content.
Wow.
The hell it is!
You think it's because of my good looks?
Some people view. Let me go ahead and tell you this. Now I'm going to duet this, so I'm going to give you a little preview here. Okay? Some people could look at that video as a white redneck from Greenville and a African American gentleman. And if you have not seen it, it's about him living through Emmett Till, the crazy spot. And look, download TikTok right now and start viewing this. But he says, and this is the stories I want to get out, and this is the conversations I want. I remember when my dad took me to the highway. These are your words. And pointed to 2 greasy spots in the road where they killed and castrated. Not castrated and killed. You said killed and castrated.
Wow.
Is that the correct order of events, or was it?
I wasn't there, Brent.
Well, you were telling the story.
Well, I'll tell you what happened.
But
I can't tell you the order and what had happened.
So we filmed it, and on TikTok, some people, it's hard to get found. Once you get a following. So I uploaded it, and then we were sitting here, and doing everything. 102,000 views. But like I said, some people would say that video is evidence of what Mississippi can do.
That's right.
When white and black come together. When we work together. And that is a true statement. But let me go ahead and tell you what that video really shows. I'm so much smarter than this dumb son of a gun right here. You got more views in one video I directed than you've gotten in 3 years. Denied.
It was my first post.
Anyway, so we will. I'm gonna light his ass on TikTok. We invite you guys.
Why are you gonna do that?
Because I was right.
I don't know.
I was right. Well, how many views did we get on? How many views did we get on Apple TV?
I don't know.
How many views did we get on Roku?
I don't know. But
you say we're in 268 countries every time you open up your piece of crap show, which has.
Why are you so hateful about the success, Brent? You choking over there.
You're not giving. From now on, I'm not choking. I gave you my wisdom.
You gave me the wisdom to get on TikTok.
You were going to do an ad. I said, I need something with some power. Okay. Did you forget this?
I think you make a great producer, Brent.
I'm
getting ready to drop another video, Brent. Producer.
Oh, I know you don't want anybody around here to produce it because you get 22 views. He's done brought in film directors. He's a redneck from Greenville. I need you to say my hometown to decide if I'm going to produce anything else from you. Where am I from, Socrates?
Greenville.
We ain't producing a damn thing until we get the name of my hometown right. Anyway, there's the rant. I'm glad, Socrates. If you have not downloaded, we're going to get Malcolm Johnson because I have a feeling you're going to explode on TikTok. No, sincerely. One, if you have not downloaded it, it's fun. It's 3-minute segments of society. It's dogs. It's dancing. It's people fixing things. It's people popping pimples. People changing horseshoes.
Oh my God!
There you'd love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But did you ever change horseshoes growing up?
Yeah. My back hurt from it now.
Did you ever have to fix? There's one guy in England I follow. He fixes cow feet when they get infected. Did you ever have to do that?
Nah, we had veterinary. I go up to Glustack, Mississippi. We take care of the vet, take care of the business.
But please.
Hey, Brent.
Go ahead.
Listen to this.
Go ahead.
If you need a good lawyer, call Brent Hazzard and Richard Schwartz.
Oh, I'm done with that.
If you need gravel, call my man, Mr. Socrates Gary. If you need some work done, some dump trucks, some hard work, and if you need somebody to tell you right from wrong, call Malcolm Johnson. I'm gonna stay in my lane, brother.
No, but what I'm saying is,
ain't that right, son?
we all need as a country, and I think this is one of the things that Mississippi can lead us in. We need to have a real conversation about race. And like I said, I recognize that Socrates has been through some crap I'll never be through as a 49-year-old white man. I also recognize he's a jackass. Those are two situations that are separate. You don't think you're a jackass?
No, I don't think I've been through hard times that you haven't been through.
I said that.
I think
I said that.
No, you didn't hear what I said.
My cousin.
You didn't hear what I said.
Killed and castrated.
I think you've been through some hard times too.
I've been through some hard times.
I can tell you got obvious scars, Brent.
No, but what I'm saying is we as a society can help each other.
You know what?
And still recognize each other without being racist.
You know what? Brent is crunk today, man.
He is on fire.
104,000 views.
Ole Miss lost to Alabama.
Celebrated.
Mississippi State. All his teams lost this weekend, brother. He's on fire.
No. Somewhere clear. I've been telling this moron analogy. You're trying to get to Memphis without getting on the interstate. TikTok and Instagram are the interstate. We need to get on the interstate. Don't get off on this country road. On that country road, we need to get on the interstate.
We invested in a lot of people. A lot of people have been through here trying to figure out exactly where this studio is going and how it's going to get there.
Who figured it out?
I said a lot of people. You did the TikTok piece, Brent, but let's not take credit for everything that's happened. The individuals that have worked so hard, given their time and efforts to try and make this broadcast studio work.
Which one is that?
It's been a lot of people, Brent.
They've been a lot who are not here anymore. You want to make that list? Anyway, moving on. Malcolm, back to the show.
Yeah.
Elections. Your thoughts?
Well, I want to first start saying congratulations to Congressman Benny Thompson. He was in a dogfight. Early on, it was tight, but he prevailed. But his opponent won't go sit down, Brent. He's trying to challenge the election.
We both all know what that's about.
Well, I mean,
you got one card to play, and I mean, there were some bad.
Well, I don't know. I don't know because yesterday they had a big protest, and it was all over the news last night.
Who had a big protest?
The guy that ran against Congressman Thompson then protested yesterday.
Like 6 people in poster board.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big Six is not a big protest.
Sock, would you tell him when Martin Luther King started out, it wasn't with nobody but him and Dr. Anthony and a couple of more guys from Georgia?
That's all it was.
A protest grow.
You just compare flowers to Dr.
I didn't say that. I said a protest started out as what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then it's 10, 11, 12. Sometimes that stuff rub off, brother. Because I got a call today saying some people from Yazoo City want to join that same protest about an election there. So what I'm saying is sometimes what's seen to be small be bigger than what you know about. And when it's carried on all 3 or 4 local TV stations, man, that could become a problem.
6 ain't ever going to be a problem. Benny won by what?
15,000. Yeah.
16,000.
But you just don't like the red tape. You don't like the red tape of being accused.
One, let's be honest, okay?
Yeah.
No white person from Mississippi gonna run against Benny, so they have to go.
It's not a black and white issue. Voting, counting, and your right to vote and your vote, your right to be.
Politics in Mississippi ain't black and white.
No. I'm saying that the issue is not. They weren't protesting on the black and white issue. They was challenging. They saying that they're accusing, saying that some things took place, and I know and you know we got a strange Supreme Court in Mississippi that can overturn anything, brother.
Well, one, that election won't be heard by the Mississippi Supreme Court.
It won't be heard it's a federal election.
Yeah, so that'll be heard by the federal court.
They overturned abortions in the Supreme Court of America. So
Benny ain't got nothing to worry about.
I hope not, but I'm just telling you what's going on, right?
What's going on is a guy got 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
Now let me go ahead and say this. Flowers stood me up. He stood me up, so I ain't got no love for the guy. We keep everybody gets to come on, and tomorrow we're gonna have all 4 judicial candidates. But it's gonna be interesting. But the dude's just trying to get us 5 extra minutes. He's trying to hang on for them 5 extra minutes. But ain't no white redneck from Mississippi gonna run against Benny. He knows.
So let's move to local elections.
Okay, hang on. What was your position of it? I was shocked. Dude got 40,000 votes.
Yeah. And guess what? He was too, and Benny was too. He was shocked.
I think Benny's been taking some people in Jackson for granted. I'll say it. I think Benny should have been more proactive on the water issue in 2020. I'll go ahead and say it. Where was that? We didn't need $200 million back in 2020, but we could have used $50 million. But you can't call Benny treasonous and win. I mean, whatever Benny Thompson is, like I said, I know for rednecks who hate him, say he brings more to the state of Mississippi than anybody who's elected right now.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Well, I tell you one thing. I want to say congratulations to the congressman.
No. You've probably heard this story. He ran into my mama, and I don't think Benny Thompson knows who I am.
Yeah.
He treated her with the greatest respect, and she was a fan instantly because he said, "Oh, I've heard of that Brent Hazzard." And I mean, I think he was just being a great politician.
No, everybody have heard of Brent Hazzard.
No, stop that. What was your opinion of Flowers and Benny?
I don't have any opinion on Mr. Flowers. I think that Congressman Thompson,
you don't have any opinion.
No, I think it's his right to run for an office. That's what he should do. That's how he feels.
The 40,000 votes, it shock you? Was it surprising?
His chances of winning were slim and none. Congressman Thompson is chairman of the Homeland Security, he's chairman of the January 6th Committee. He has been in that office for as long as I can recall, ever since Mike Espy moved up to Secretary of Agriculture. And he's loved in Mississippi. He didn't have to worry about that race. Now, the fact that Mr. Flowers said that they were 2 percentage points apart at some given time, and he went to bed at 11 o'clock, and then when he woke up, he had lost by 15,000 votes. There's no shock to you in Mississippi. I've seen many candidates, African-American candidates, especially with George Smith, but
Kenny Stokes. Kenny Stokes went to bed twice to win.
You go to bed twice, you wake up, so you don't be winning anymore. So Mr. Flowers should have known he was in deep trouble.
I never saw it 2%.
When the votes came in, it was close at one point. And when the votes had not come in from those boxes in the Delta and Greenville, then he should have known he was in.
Yeah, Washington County, Hinds County boxes came in with the next day, late that night. So
I'm about to assault someone that they keep on missing.
So Benny knew. Malcolm, I believe they do the exit polls.
Don't loud talk me. Don't loud talk.
I think they do the exit polls, don't they? So Benny's camp knew where they stood.
Oh yeah.
Benny knew what he stood before 2 weeks before the election.
Okay then.
I mean, people won't change. I mean, let's be fair to Benny. Michael Guest experienced the same thing, but Michael got lost, and had to go to the runoff. Yeah. Well, he got caught with his hand in the till.
I'm not going. That's Brent Hazzard's talking about.
That's the ethics committee talking. That's not Brent Hazzard. That's documented.
Brent, let me say something to you.
You don't think that's right?
Phil Bryant said, as the governor, he have a right to text people without it being public. Didn't he say it? So
wait a minute. Your response was Phil Bryant is the moral and ethical person.
I ain't what I said. I say that Phil Bryant got a new statement that he made that as governor, he have special privileges that his text will not be released to the government, to the people. So what do you have to say about that?
The DOJ is going to indict Phil Bryant any day now, and he's doing anything he can to run away from it. Moving on to local news.
Whoa. I knew how to get in straight there.
I'll go ahead and say it. Jody Owens should indict him tomorrow.
What?
Be real is real. Bubba McDowell, the Rankin County DA, should indict Phil Bryant tomorrow.
No. You said he was going to be indicted.
He should be indicted.
Oh, he should be.
But what I'm saying is Jody Owens, the Rankin County DA, Bubba, is it McDowell? I don't do criminal law anymore. Both of them should be indicted. If you and I had if all three of us did any of that, we all be indicted. Right?
Well, I know Malcolm and I would be.
Yeah, now me and Soccer, we already be in jail with no bond.
Y'all think Rankin County's gonna show me love?
Hey, look, and just me and Sock, look, guess who I be sharing the cell with?
Socrates.
Look, see, in Rankin County,
In Rankin County, I be.
they wouldn't know you. You can assimilate. You can hide out amongst people in Rankin County, but I can't.
Yeah, because you be the only black man in Rankin County. You need to go see who's getting convicted over there.
No, I wouldn't be the only black man to get convicted, but I would be the only black man that the judge is looking at that day.
Shoot,
And so I don't think I would fare well in Rankin County.
I wouldn't. No one would fare well in Rankin County.
Why is that?
They think once you're arrested, you're guilty. They don't understand due process in Rankin County.
Oh, okay.
They think if you've been arrested, you're guilty. And guilty now. I've defended cases out there. Guilty now. And the problem is the judges don't want to. They're fine judges out there, but the judges don't want to seem weak. So 30 years is them cut. I swear there was a guy sentenced today for second-degree murder and trafficking, and he got 30 years. And I know someone on the case
Today? In Rankin County?
In Rankin County.
Wow.
And this was the quote: "We cut him a deal, 30 years." And I mean that they were not joking. They were being 100% sincere. You know, we cut that guy a deal.
Wow.
And I was sitting there like, 30 years, you coming out like, okay, what are you, 40? I'm 49, what are you?
45.
And you're 90. 30 years is a death sentence. Is it not?
Man, 30 days is a death sentence for me. Shit, sleeping on some concrete.
That's it. You ain't taking me, brother.
With no Facebook.
You ain't taking me.
With no Facebook.
I'm not cash apping from New Orleans. I'll tell you right now. Your boys in if you know, you know.
No Big John Pig ear sandwich. Oh my God.
We gotta take a break. We don't know what we're doing. We're gonna come back and talk about some judicial elections right after this break.
Let's read and learn together. Meet Mason. Written by Sherry Tate. Illustrated by David. Mason is a young, inspired learner. Walk with him as he uses his five senses to explore the world around him. Your young one can learn to identify shapes, numbers, letters, and more with Meet Mason. Available now on Amazon.com.
Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the WeBelieve.global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at WeBelieve.global. Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live streams TV broadcast, and over the radio. For more info, visit webelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1.
To the Brent Hazzard Show. Thank you for joining us. We were talking about judicial elections. First of all, what you were talking about is Phil Bryant's trying to invoke the executive privilege. The problem is, once your text messages are out to the public, the privilege is revoked. So even if he had it, when the Anna Wolf got them and published them, there goes privilege.
Wow.
So he's just grappling at straws. Some people, during the commercials when we have the best conversation, someone here says the white man don't go away. Y'all remember Bernie Ebbers? Because at one point that was not the white, that was the richest white man in Mississippi walking around, and they hauled that redneck from Brookhaven up to New York and gave him 40, and he died in jail.
Well, wait a minute.
You don't. That's not what happened.
Bernie Ebbers stole from who, Sock?
From corporate America.
And what color is they?
Yeah, that's white.
Yeah, he stole from white folks.
Oh, wait. You think the federal government's black?
Now, the deal is
I didn't say that. I said he stole from white folks.
The federal government may convict a white man.
Yeah.
The state of Mississippi and the local DAs in Mississippi does not have a history of doing so.
No, I agree with that.
Okay, then, so Phil's not going anywhere then.
Oh, we'll have a bet. I bet that when it's all... put your money in your mouth and let's make a donation.
I'm not betting on that.
Let's make a donation.
I'm not making
Salvation
a donation.
Army. New Horizon Church.
No, I'm not doing that.
Christmas gifts for New Horizon. Anybody in?
I'm not gambling on that.
Because you know it's coming.
Not
it's over.
It ain't never happened in the history of the United States of America.
Wait. What has not happened?
There's never... A Mississippi governor have never went nowhere. Bill Lane.
Hear it.
What did Bill Lane do? He dressed up in dresses and enjoyed the company of certain men. But
he had an opponent. None of those guys ever go to jail.
But what I'm saying is those guys...
Sock, you read through that, didn't you, Sock?
Yeah.
They put them on TV shows.
The man said, what governor of Mississippi has gone to jail?
What governor of Mississippi has stolen... I mean, look.
What?
Whoa. This is a...
Tay Reeves put a roll to his house, man.
And what I'm saying is, it's like being a lobbyist, or it's like being, I don't know, Secretary of Agriculture. There's so many ways to do it legal. You don't have to steal. The problem here is these idiots stole federal money when they could. If this was state money, we wouldn't be talking about it, right?
No, we should be talking about it.
But we wouldn't even know about it.
Even more.
If this was the beef plant, we wouldn't know about it. Because they were stealing from federal money, the federal auditors.
So why do you say that the local DA should be able to indict him if it's federal money?
Because they also committed state crimes. The news were indicted. The news were indicted in Hinds County. And what I'm saying is, if you're going to start it, as a prosecutor or lawyer, if you're going to start it, finish it. Don't sit there and say, well, I like Socrates, I ain't going after Malcolm. Malcolm's too big. If you one, let's be honest. Let's be as real can be. Indicting Brett Favre or Phil Bryant for a black district attorney, whether you win or lose, is just going to help your career. True or false?
Well, I don't know if it'll help his career at all.
True or false?
False. Tonight at 9 o'clock, guess what?
What?
There's a story coming on. I'm going to pull it up and read it to you for you to know. It's going to be the night about the guy.
I've been reading for at least 6 months.
You know what I'm talking about. Listen, tonight at 9 o'clock, Sock, on CNBC, American Greed will tell the story of Chris Epps' story from guard to commissioner. What color Chris Epps?
Black.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Wait.
Who appointed him to the seat?
The governor.
Which governor?
He had 4 of them. He had 4 of them.
Well, he was been there so long, it probably went all the way back to Musgrove.
Musgrove.
Okay. So out of 4 governors and $1 billion missing, ain't now governor name come up in that case, have it?
Not at all.
That's because the governors didn't have anything to do with that.
No, because all of them were white.
Joshua McCory.
Mississippi. All of them was white governors.
Went away, and he's white as Rankin County.
What state?
Rankin County. He was in that scheme.
But he was not a governor. We said the governor. Ain't that what I said? We said something.
Is Chris Epps the governor? Was he the governor?
He's black.
Was he the governor?
I think the point he was making that the governor knew what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
No. Let me go ahead and tell you.
Man, come on. Hold on. When a governor get in office, or anybody get in office, the CEO, they know the budgets, they know the contracts, and they know the guidelines. It's just like when the president, Joe Biden, won, we had Hearst, U.S. Attorney Hearst.
Mike Hearst,
who I thought he was a good prosecutor. Okay.
He was okay.
Okay, we went without
He had a political agenda, but he was decent.
But we didn't have a prosecutor. U.S. Attorney.
Still don't have
That's what I'm saying, man. So if you wasn't going to replace nobody, you should have left the man in there.
But here's what I'm saying, and for those who do not know, all this, any type when there's a public official, nobody locally runs it. It's D.C. That D.C. brings in, DOJ comes in.
Yeah.
And DOJ. And that's what I'm saying. They walk in. But back to what y'all saying, let me be as honest can.
It ain't gonna happen.
Okay, I've been practicing 28 years, and I've been in the room with some idiots, and some idiots would tell me, "Well, we need to make sure Socrates gets paid," and I would look down and I go, "I don't know if y'all know this, but that's a felony. You can't make sure Socrates gets paid, and they'll turn these phones on you and record you with your own phone." So let me make sure everybody in this room understands. If someone makes sure, and I'm talking about if Socrates was a judge or a witness or something like that. You know, hey, well, I know we're all joking making sure Socrates, I know maybe you didn't know that, but if anybody puts me in handcuffs because of a stupid text message or conversations, I'm shooting you the first chance I get because I'm not going to jail.
You should take your medicine, Brent. You gotta stay on your medicine.
No. There's been some idiots with a law license, and I can name some names that they don't have a law license anymore. And they're like, well, no one will find out. They always find out.
Always.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's a name for y'all. What y'all think happened to Dickie Scruggs and his $500 million ass? $500 million. They called him Dickie Scruggs. Took down tobacco. His brother-in-law was the majority leader of the United States Senate. What happened to him? They walked his ass out in handcuffs. He did 4.5 years in Kentucky in his first week, and Sally busted his front 2 teeth, and they sent him back to Oxford to get 2 fake teeth in, because $500 million don't buy you protection unless you buy protection. Yeah. So how'd that happen?
$500 million in 4 years? That's a pretty good deal.
No. Yeah. Here's a deal, Sock.
Sock says a pretty good deal.
He didn't go to jail for the $500 million.
Oh, okay.
He went to jail over $5 million. He went to jail off what he made interest in. And this is what people don't understand. And I went to school with the kids. They bribed a judge to win a motion that the Supreme Court has never ruled against 26 times. That's how dumb they were.
Wow.
They bribed a judge to rule on a motion that's never been defeated in the state of Mississippi. It was to compel arbitration. That's how dumb they were. $500 million. Like I said, back to my point, there's legal ways. I don't have to say I'm going to give you money. I'll just, hey, Socrates, I believe in justice. And if justice doesn't happen here, I believe in opponents.
Look here, Brent. I know it's time is getting away from us, and we got to get to these local elections.
Judicial elections.
Well,
go ahead.
Let me send some shots out to some people that's locked in today. Mr. Tim Brown want to tell Sock, Brent, and myself, good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Tim Brown. Chris Williams checked in. Listen, man, Friday, I don't know if you heard it or not, but Attorney Gerald Mumford kicked off his new radio show, the Mumford & Mumford, the Empower.
Got some good graphics.
Yeah, with the Mumfords, and I think he's on, Fridays from 5 to 6.
Wait. Well, you want to tell a story behind that?
What about it?
Gerald's watching tonight. Gerald's always stiff, and then he came on our show.
Yeah.
And he let himself be normal.
Yeah.
And he got some very good reviews. They're on the show together.
You need to put him on TikTok.
Idiot can get 100,000. If you don't get on TikTok tonight, you can get 25,000 just from breathing, obviously.
Look.
I got 42 by myself, and I wasn't even directing me.
I want to send that out, though. I think Gerald Mumford is the Empower show that's coming on now Fridays from 5 to 6 p.m.
Is he replacing somebody, or?
I don't know who he replacing, but I know he said his show was going to be the positive show, and his show was going to be to build a community. That there was enough shows around with some misinformation, and he was going to bring positive information out. So,
like Heathcliff Huxtable would.
Oh man, you ought to stop, man.
That is a shot.
Boy, you ought to stop, man.
That is a shot.
So let me say this also, Miss Kim Lewis. Good afternoon to you. David Walker's our guys from 90.1. Kenny Wilson, the fireman, say hello.
Did you just give Black a shout out on my show?
Well, he was watching. So
Did you just give DJ Black a shout out on my show?
I'm shouting out everybody. Whosoever will watch.
Judicial elections. Let's get to that.
One more. Kenny Lewis, Judge Kenny Lewis locked in.
You gotta give it to Judge Lewis.
Yeah, he checked in, and also one more I wanted to shoot out before we go. Also, I see my guy Doug. Eric Robertson, that's right, the asphalt man. Mr. Leka Sweet locked in. Chris Williams, so many others locked in, but we're going to move on. But with the local elections.
Circuit Court Judge Adrian Wooten put a butt whooping.
I told you last week that she would do what she do. She's a hard worker. She knock on doors. She work hard. She campaign hard. She never stopped campaigning. She works hard. So the results is what?
It was.
The results is what?
No shock at all.
No.
No. Even in her very first race, I think there were split districts. We voted in two different places, etc. That was Brown had that seat before.
No, she beat.
It was open seat. It was a guy's seat, the white guy.
No, Reeves.
No.
Yeah, John Reeves.
Oh, you talking about in the state?
The
You talking about the representatives?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right,
The lawyer.
John Reeves had
she had the seat.
Yeah, Reeves had
Even
it.
then, we knew that she was likely to win. And she's been a strong candidate. She served well in that judge. She's fiery. She's
charismatic.
Yeah, she's charismatic, but she stands her ground.
I want to say this: if they're gonna run somebody against Adrian, they're gonna have to run a candidate. They can't run nobody that don't know nobody know.
Right.
I still ain't saw this guy. I am not. I'm just telling you, I'm not shooting him down, but I go a lot of places, brother. Me and you, hold on. We was at the Jackson State game tailgate. Did you see him?
No.
Okay, and we was where? Everywhere.
Malcolm takes you everywhere. Okay, let's go to the runoffs. Deborah Gibbs, Wendy Wilson White. Deborah had 45%.
I'm gonna follow Sock this time. I'm gonna see what Mr. Gary got to say.
Well, I think it's going to be a very tight race.
Really?
I think so too. It's gonna be tight.
Race. I think both candidates are working hard. I think that Deborah has the edge. She certainly has a powerful husband, Robert Gibbs, that's out campaigning hard for her.
I mean, let's be honest. Deborah, she might not have the legal resume. She's been very successful as a representative.
Very.
Did you want me to finish?
I'm sorry. I can't interrupt you on my own show. Someone gets 102,000 views. They're a superstar all of a sudden.
You can't let me finish.
I thought we were giving and taking.
So right now I'm talking about Deborah and Wendy. Okay, I'm not talking about me and you. And so, Wendy certainly is a hard-working lady. I was impressed with her ground game. I was impressed with her commercials. We actually shot a commercial here in the studio. I thought it turned out extremely well. I think that if it wasn't for the fact that the Gibbs name is as strong as it is in this community, that this would be when this race going away.
Yeah, the Gibbs are giving back a lot in this community. When you give back a lot, man, people just don't forget.
Let's just say what it is. They're powerful members of New Hope.
They're not going to New Hope.
A powerful member of New Hope.
I think they free mission.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
They go to small church over by Jack State.
But they got New Hope support, do they not?
Well, they lived in Woodley for many years, so they knew.
It's not a disgrace or anything.
I'm just saying they from the
everybody that live in Woodley does not go to New Hope.
Yeah, Leroy Walker go to Fair Street.
Who?
Leroy Walker go to Fair Street Missionary Baptist.
Howard Catchings is at Fair Street. Howard got the largest house in Woodley.
That's right.
Goes to Fair Street.
That's right. He goes to Fair Street.
You can't stereotype like that. People that
How
live
is that
there.
stereotype? She
People that
in the New Hope district. Am I wrong?
I don't know what district
that's the District 1.
You should read.
Well, the deal is, I don't need.
Well, Sock is laying some good facts on the line today. Wendy White has worked hard, but it's just something.
Wendy's a friend of mine. I'm I'm just saying it's hard to go against that machine.
Yeah, she have a uphill battle with a machine.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? God can do anything, though, Brent.
I didn't know he was a candidate.
No, I'm just saying God can do anything. So we're going to let the voters decide. What you think about that, Mr. Garrett?
Moving on.
But the Gibbs is a machine. But you got to recognize that machine.
He's always a candidate, Brent. He is always involved. He will decide who wins.
That's right.
race.
He know how many strings of hair on your head, Brent. Brent, that's in the Bible, brother. The Lord knows how many strings of hair are on your head.
So wait. Who's the guy not like?
I know how many strings of hair is on his head. No.
Hey, George Jefferson. I don't know what your forehead. Here at We Believe Studios, we're gonna have a special. You're gonna be able to rent Socrates Garrett's forehead for your sign. Come on now. But anyway, Chancery Court, you have Demetrius Hodges and Gail Sanders, who comes out.
Well, be honest with you, Gail was a surprise. I thought last week, I know Mr. Garrett said last week Hodges, and I said Stevenson, and we thought those two would have been in a runoff. But I'm going to say something. These women have been working hard, brother, and it's a lot of organizations that's gearing up saying we need to elect more women. And guess what? It's right now it's a whirlwind going through where these women is not only they working hard, but the numbers are showing that the people have confidence in them because they're voting for them. Am I right, Mr. Gary?
Yeah, they're not only voting for the candidates, they're the large number of our voters.
That's right.
Women are probably represent 65% of the votes that are cast.
And all of them AKAs, Brent. You know what AK is? They wear pink and green.
Black circle.
Wear you some pink and green on your show tomorrow.
Moving on. Who do you say is coming out that race? Hodges or?
It's going to be very close. It's too close.
It's too close to call.
It's too close.
Name you had 2,000 votes out there, and 400 of those votes could go in any direction.
Yeah.
It could go in any direction.
Yeah. Going back
but
to
we were talking about Miss Judge, the candidate Hodges.
Yes.
I think that her ground game is superior. I think that the grassroots efforts are being realized. I know Angela Grayson is working with her now, and that
one of the best.
Now, who is that?
That's a young lady that's active in the community.
Yeah.
I noticed that powerful names like Teresa Kennedy, involved in that situation. So I see the ground game for Hodges being pulled together. And quite frankly, a lot of time these races are decided on election day.
Yeah.
In terms of, what your grassroots movement is. And I don't see as much of that from the other candidate.
Ms. Sanders.
Well, I'm going to say this to you, Mr. Gary. For many years, I got involved with a lot of races. And I committed myself to this time is staying out of races and just want the best for Hinds County. Because a lot of times, Mr. Gary, you've been on the opposite side in the years past. And just because I thought what was right and you made a thought what was right, and both of us probably in the inside what was wrong. So what I decided to do this time with these judges, especially because sometimes judge races should be a little bit more considerate with a lot of less negatives, you know what I mean, and less comparison, and allowing people to get to know these people going to be their judges for what it is, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I decided this time that I would give everybody, listen to everybody platform, and just try to be like you, call a spade a spade. Hey, she working hard. Miss Hodges is working hard on the ground game.
I don't know.
Gibbs got a big name. Wendy White is working. Miss Gayla is hey, look, woo. So what I'm saying is, hey, just 4 women have made it to November the 29th, and the poll's gonna be open from 7 to 7. And when the guns shoot at 7, may the best man win at 7:00 p.m. that night. What, you think I'm right about that, Mr. Garrett?
No, I think you're right.
Yes, sir.
How the hell am I not talking on my own damn show?
Brent, are you swag, man? Are you swag?
There's some discrimination.
Are you swag, Brent? We swag, brother. We swag, brother.
I'm pretty sure. Man, I'll tell you what. If you have a dog that wants 100,000 views on TikTok, call me.
So, Brent, now you asked us what we thought. Who do you think I went to two local. I want to hear it.
No, it's gonna be.
The people want to know.
No, right now. Look,
I'm gonna get David Archer's gavel, and I'm gonna hit this table, and gonna hit every time. No.
It's got to be the get out to vote, and right now the favorite of the get out to vote would probably be Deborah Gibbs, and Wendy's a friend of mine. I think she's a fine judge.
Yeah.
But if I had to put money on it, now Marvin Sanders is from Greenville. So I know Marvin, but I don't know Gail. But I was like you. I was shocked, and all credit needs to go to Gail. I don't know how everybody thought Damon was going to be a player, and for Gail,
he quit working. He just quit working.
Well,
I don't know. I never saw nobody
I don't
get.
know who Gail's
in a horse race, you got the quarter, the half, the 3/4, and 3/4 to go home. It's like he led to the 3/4, and then he said, "What the hell? I'm winning." Just took a seat.
And I'm friends with Tamika. So what I'd say is the people who won the primaries, I would say, are the favorites to win.
That's right.
But it's get out to vote.
The people is never wrong.
Yeah.
The people are always right.
But please understand these 4 women, but all these candidates, they've worked extremely hard. They need to talk about investing. You need to donate. You need to invest your time. You need to show up to the polls. But let me say this. It was embarrassing to turn out. I'll say it. And for these judges, when we're talking about crime and murder rates, people won 6,000 votes, 10,000 votes total. That's embarrassing. We need a better turnout in Hinds County from that. We're out of time, but I do want to get a couple things because Socrates does have some amazing things going on here. Socrates, for people who do not understand, believe this or not, there's some people out there who don't understand the power of social media. If people could possibly have a small business, let's say a heating and cooling place, or maybe a DJ that's watching a show, and they want you to help them to get on TikTok or Instagram, how do they contact you, and can you do that?
Well, first of all, you can contact me at 601-209-9199. And you can book some space here in the We Believe Digital Broadcast Studio. We're broadcasting live. You can find us on YouTube, on Roku TV, on Facebook, and our very own website, WeBelieveDigital.com. So reach out to us at 800-492-5186. We'd love to have you in the studio.
But what we're going to start doing is we're going to start showing TikToks, Instagrams, but what we need to start doing is highlighting the talent and the stories of Mississippi. Like the redneck from Greenville saw an ignorant man with some interesting stories, 100,000 views later. Is that what happened?
Your characterization of who I am will not gain you favor in this community. So you need to be very careful. You got to leave out of here and try to make it out of this ghetto you're in. And so you need to walk a little bit lighter and check yourself. Because I'm not going to be responsible for you making it out of here if you keep insulting your guest the way you're doing tonight.
I just know that we both had shows in WNPR, and one of us had the #1 rated show. So when you talk about our people, I think you said it best when they said the people spoke. With that said, for Socrates Garrett, Malcolm Johnson.
One more thing before we go. Sock, there's a new movie out, brother, called Wanaconda, Black Panther 2. Have you heard about it?
No, I haven't.
I don't know anything about Marvel. The white man don't know anything about Marvel.
Well, I was getting ready to ask you next. Have you heard about it, Brent Hazzard?
I grew up reading Black Panther.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's actually, I remember a character where they can't do it anymore.
Did you go see the movie?
Not yet. I've been swamped. I've been filing.
So you down with us December the 3rd, SWAC championship game in Jackson?
It depends. Look,
Prairie View not gonna bring nobody, so you can go to that game.
No. What I'm saying is,
matter of fact, you can go sit on the side of the stadium. Kenny Stokes sit on there with nobody up in the top.
I can't believe you took a shot at Stokes like that.
No, where do he sit at? On the other side, well, ain't nobody there.
That was shot.
No, he don't sit with the people. He sit over by himself.
Stokes on here to teach you some history. But anyway, what people don't understand, I was in Oxford Friday before Alabama. When it gets to be 40, redneck's gonna be on the couch eating pizza or some chicken.
You want to go to Alcorn Saturday?
It depends on the temperature.
51. Man, you need to go to the reservation, man.
Oh no, We're running out of time. My redneck ass is going to be on his couch watching the game. Y'all be safe. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a good day.